Welcome to the 11th episode of my Star Wars Legends Expanded Universe chronological rating, where I go through everything according to my timeline order, every piece of individual media, and rate it out of a 10-point scale. And today we have the first issue of Dawn of the Jedi, The Prisoner of Bogan, which is the second arc of the Dawn of the Jedi comics. This one opens with Trill and her Predor, which is the Rakatan, and they are looking for Zesh, and she thinks that she can find Zesh in the Force. Meanwhile, Zesh is reflecting on all of the horrors of his past and his trauma. He's thinking about all the awful things that have happened to him. But he's also thinking a lot about Shea Coda, because she baffled him with her views of the Force, and so he is still on Bogan, just thinking, mulling lots of things over. And on one occasion, he's just going back to his hut, to his place where he stays, and there's a surveillance droid, and the surveillance droid is taken out, and he's grabbed by Dagan Locke, who's the other prisoner on the planet. So there's an ensuing battle before Dagan Locke uses the Force to remove Zesh's gauntlets, which are tracking him to keep him monitored by the Jedi. Meanwhile, Seknos Wrath, Tasharayo, and Shea Coda are still fast friends, and they're training at Stav Kesh, a Jedi temple on Tython, under Master Tave. Master Tave is a Nagri Jedi. And he's teaching them combat maneuvers. Meanwhile, Master Ketu goes to his master, Jedi Master Rajaviri. Now, Rajaviri appears in Star Wars in Star Wars: The Old Republic MMO game. Master Rajaviri does. So Master Rajaviri is mentioned to be one of the founders of the Jedi Order, which is interesting because this is not the Jedi Order yet. Master Rajaviri is already old, so he's going to be very old by the time he helps to establish the Jedi Order. And so Master K2 goes to him for some advice about all of the crazy things that have been going on. And Master Rajaviri is your typical wise old Jedi figure. Meanwhile, Dagan Locke shows Zesh the site of a crashed ship. And he shows the corpses. And we get the sense that Dagan's a little crazy. He might be a little bit out of it. And Dagan asks if Zesh can help him to activate the ship and get off the planet. And so Zesh uses his force power, his crazy, insane force power, to activate the ship. And Dagan is able to power up the ship and get it started, and now they just have to worry about the Minox, and whoosh, they blast past the Minox and into open space, and that is where issue number 1 ends. So, how did I feel about issue 1? Overall positives: the art here is amazing as always. Positive number 2 is Dagan Locke is super interesting. He seems like he's a little bit teetering on the edge of sanity and insanity, but he's a super interesting character, and he reveals some interesting lore about the past and about the war, the Shakaquan War, where the Shakaquans fought back against the Jedi under the Queen Hadia. And so he gives us some more insights into that. So that was interesting. A Nagri Jedi with Tave. Tave is super cool. It was nice to learn about Tave. See Tave's instructions. Good to see the trio from last time still getting along. That was nice. Master Rajaviri had some interesting things to say. That was cool. Overall negatives: this is a very slow start again. Like the first issue of the series, not a lot happens. It's not moving very fast anywhere, with the exception of Dagan and Zesh escaping the planet. not a lot goes down in this issue. So, what would I give this issue out of 10? I would give it a 4. It's a perfectly good, perfectly fine issue, but it's not the best from the series. It's just having to build back up again to get the issue going, or the story arc going. So not a lot of stuff happens in this one. But what about you guys? What would you give it out of 10?